Makayla and welcome to Gourmet Cooking with Only a Microwave. By the way, this is attempting to cook gourmet. It is by no means going to be pretty, I am sure. And even when I have the resources in a full kitchen, my food never looks nice anyway. It always looks very sloppy. But the point is, I wanted to do a day where I'm kind of making all my foods from scratch, because if you have happened to see some of my other videos, and you might know that I really do love baking and cooking. I do prefer cooking over baking, but just the act of being in the kitchen and taking the time to make my own food is so much fun for me. So that's what I'm going to be doing in my dorm here. So there are two rules for myself that I want to outline. First is that I can only use my microwave, which is not going to be an issue because it's not like I have a kitchen somewhere that I could use anyway. And second is I can only use like raw foods. So I've gotten some stuff that I've just collected in my own, it's open right now, it looks messy, little shelving unit full of food. And then I've also just over the past few days collected an assortment of like relatively neutral or from scratch or less processed foods that I can work with in my dorm. Finally, after each meal, I'm just going to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, wow, this was amazing, 1 being, this was disgusting. And ultimately, the goal is for it to be as gourmet as it can get, using only a microwave and pre-existing dorm foods and dining hall foods. There's some sort of construction vehicle out in the distance, which is beeping, which is very annoying, so I apologize for that. I also apologize for how quietly I'm speaking, but it's, oh, my classes are right here. But it's still early on the weekend, and I don't want to be disruptive. For my attempt at a gourmet breakfast, I'm going to be using this banana and oats to make a breakfast cookie, and I'm going to drizzle peanut butter on top and sprinkle coconut on top. This banana is not ideal because you can still see green right here. I like it to be yellow with lots of brown spots on it. That's the perfect banana. But you know, it is what it is, and it will have to do. I guess this is my kitchen counter space. So first I'm going to mash the banana. Why? I can't stand strings on a banana. I don't have any measuring cups, so I have to go by sight. I think this is a good consistency, so I'm now going to separate it into 2 lumps so that it's like 2 separate cookie things. And then I'll stick it in the microwave for 1 minute and 10 seconds and hope that it comes out okay. There's some like foil right here and I'm not able to get it off for some reason. It's not coming off, and even then I'm scared there's gonna be some residue and it would spark in the microwave. I'm just kind of paranoid that'll happen. So long story short, I'm just going to scrape this on top and I'm gonna sprinkle coconut on top. This is the final result. It's not pretty like I thought it would be, and I'll probably spread peanut butter on top. But you know, at least it's homemade. It actually tastes way better than I thought it would. I've made these at home before, like in the oven, so I kind of expected this one to come out rubbery and weird, but tastes like creamy banana and actually really good. My final thoughts on breakfast. It was a really good texture. It was creamy banana-y, and I really liked it with the coconut on top and the peanut butter spread on top. It was honestly amazing. I would give it 8 out of 10. Also, by the way, I have this jar of peanut butter I'm going to be using, and I have like syrup here. And like, I know that this is still processed, obviously. This is very processed. I guess it's just still an ingredient. So I'm just going to say it doesn't break the rules because it would be very difficult to not use this sort of stuff and have it still taste good. So the plan for lunch is to make a smoothie bowl. I don't have a blender. So I'm going to mash up some ripe strawberries to get it as liquidy as I possibly can, and then I'm going to blend it with the Greek vanilla yogurt that I picked up from the dining hall, top it with some microwave-made granola that I'm going to prepare. So I have to melt some butter, and then add some water, my oats that I have, seeds that I picked up, craisins, that sort of thing. Here's the butter that I picked up from the dining hall, so I'm just going to melt this in a mug. So now I'm going to add, I picked up some seeds and then craisins and coconut. So I'm just going to dump this in. Oh my gosh, this is not going to end well. I'm just going to add a little bit of syrup. And now I'm going to microwave it for a couple of minutes. While that is in the microwave, I now need to mash my strawberries into as much of a liquid as possible, which I'm going to do with the help of my water bottle. It's really quite steamy and it looks kind of weird. I think it needs time to harden. Now comes the assembly. Okay, here's my yogurt. Again, not as gourmet looking as I might have hoped, especially because this bowl is so messy around the edges. The granola in particular, I'm quite surprised at how crunchy it came out to be. And because everything tastes better with peanut butter, I might add, there's like nothing in there. I might add a little bit of peanut butter to it. I'm gonna stand in the jar and no one else uses this. I can just stick my used spoon right in here. Don't ever put cranberries or craisins or whatever in the microwave, because I just got a bite with those and it's like really burnt and bitter. The burnt bits of the granola really added a bitter taste to it overall, which I was very disappointed about. If I hadn't had those craisins in there, it probably would have been like a 9 out of 10 lunch, but because of that, I'm going to drop it to like 4.5 out of 10. I'm now going to the dining hall to pick up some ingredients for supper. It's actually enough though that I made a grocery list for myself, which is a little bit ridiculous sounding. I guess the grocery list didn't do a lot of good because I forgot to get onions. But I have like a salad full of mushrooms and spinach and zucchini that I'm gonna chop up. No, I forgot the tomatoes too. How did I do that? No, I was gonna make a tomato sauce for the pasta. Anyway, okay. That's okay. I'm going to think of something else. I'm really very annoyed with myself because I hate wasting my time. It just upsets me for some unknown reason. But I am walking to a different dining hall because I feel too awkward to go back into the same one I was just at to get the other ingredients. So mortified. I went in there and one of the ladies working there said, "Enjoy your meal." And I said, "You too." And then I also just felt very odd because I ordered just a very small spinach salad with raw onions and cherry tomatoes on top, which is just disgusting, honestly, on its own. Like, who would have only cherry tomatoes and raw onions on a spinach salad? All right, it's finally supper time. So I'm going to first chop up the cherry tomatoes and put those in the microwave so that they get more soft. I have to cut them first because I don't want them exploding in the microwave. And I'm going to cut up my other vegetables, add them to the sauce, I guess you could call it. And we'll see how this goes. It's done, in theory. I'm going to heat it up again because I'm going to be eating supper with my mom and stepdad over FaceTime tonight. So when they're ready, I'm just going to heat my meal up again. It's smelling a little suspicious. Like, it smells like raw mushrooms that have gone in the microwave, if you can imagine what that smells like. But, it looks like it could be good. I don't know, I have butter to put on top, that could help. We'll see. It came out good. I mean, the spinach is weird because it doesn't taste like how it is when it's sauteed. It just tastes kind of more like hot spinach, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like that.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it's still good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It needs salt though. I'm gonna add more salt. All right, supper I would give a solid 7 out of 10. I think it was really good. I just wish that I had seasonings for it, honestly. Now I'm going to make dessert. Right now it's looking like a rip-off apple crisp, and I topped it with some coconut and cranberries, but I do have enough for another night, so I put it in some Tupperware. Hopefully it's good because I have seconds. When I first started eating the apple crisp thing, I think I probably would have said it was like a 5 out of 10, but by the end I'd totally gotten used to it and it was very good, and I probably would give it a 7.5 out of 10. And I've now finished. I think it was definitely worth doing because it was fun actually making my own foods for the first time in a while, but I have to admit though, I don't get the same enjoyment out of cooking when it's for only me as opposed to cooking for my family. It's just so much more fun to cook when you know there's other people that are gonna enjoy the meal. But I think it was definitely an interesting experiment. I guess that's it, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.